Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to 90 Day Fiancé latest news. When word broke yesterday that 90 Day Fiancé star Jasmine Pineda's only daughter, baby Matilda, had to go to the hospital all of a sudden, the world of reality TV went crazy. Little Matilda was known for her bright grin and happy personality. For the past several days, she had been silently fighting a slight cold and fever. Fans and followers of the reality star were stunned when a disturbing picture of baby Matilda in a hospital bed with an oxygen mask and her worried mother, Jasmine, went viral on Instagram. The picture, which was posted widely on social media, got a lot of prayers, comments, and well wishes from fans who were quite worried. Several media outlets with reliable sources indicated that things got worse very quickly yesterday afternoon. What started out as an ordinary cold and fever quickly became serious, requiring treatment right away. Jasmine, who has always been active on social media, posted a moving tale on Instagram about what happened, showing how she felt. She talked about the chaotic times that lead to Matilda's hospitalization, stressing how scared she was as a mother and how quickly her daughter's health got worse. Medical staff at the hospital told Matilda's family and admirers that her situation was scary, but under control. Doctors said there was no reason to be overly worried, and that the patient would be okay in a few days. But seeing a child, especially one so young, having trouble breathing and needing medical help left both Jasmine and her husband, Matt Branasterianu, emotionally spent. People on social media reacted right away and strongly. Fans filled the comment area of the viral Instagram photo with messages of sympathy and prayers. Some comments were short messages of optimism, like "Get well soon, Matilda," and "Stay strong, Jasmine and Matt." Others were longer personal stories about going through similar things, showing support and encouragement. This response from fans showed how deeply they feel connected to reality stars and their families, reminding everyone that there is a human aspect to the glitz and glamour of TV stardom. The couple, who are famous for being on 90 Day Fiancé, have published pictures of their family life on social media, giving followers a close look at their house and personal lives. But this event showed a more vulnerable aspect of being famous, where the joys of being a parent are mixed with dread, uncertainty, and the hard reality of being sick. Reports say that Matilda had been sick with a moderate fever and cold for a few days before things became worse. Jasmine had been keeping a close eye on her daughter's symptoms, giving her home care treatments and talking to pediatricians. Even though they tried their best, the fever rose quickly, and they had to go to the hospital right away. Matilda is in stable condition now because the doctors acted quickly to make sure she got the care she needed right away. Friends and cast members from 90 Day Fiancé also showed their concern and support. Social media was full of messages of support from people who understood the unique stresses of being a parent in the public glare. Their compassion showed how close-knit the reality TV industry is, where personal achievements and problems often become shared experiences. Jasmine and Matt have asked for privacy during this time, saying that they need to focus completely on Matilda's recovery. But they have said that they are grateful for all the support they have had from fans and the media. Jasmine talked to her followers for a short time on Instagram Live. She thanked them for their prayers and said she hoped her kid will get better soon. Her statements were a mix of thankfulness, vulnerability, and cautious hope, which is how parents feel when they are dealing with a medical scare. A viral photo of Matilda in the hospital that fans and news outlets circulated extensively is a powerful reminder of how fragile life is and how scared parents are of losing their children. Jasmine's honesty about what happened has really struck a chord with her fans, bringing them all together in a moment of empathy and thought. The mix of being famous on reality TV and having a personal issue shows how public life can be both happy and sad. Doctors are still sure that Matilda will get better as the scenario continues to change. Pediatric specialists stress how important it is to keep an eye on symptoms, stay hydrated, and get enough sleep. Jasmine and Matt are determined to carefully observe these rules, which shows how much they care about their daughter's health. This event also brings to light the bigger problem of child health and parental worry. Even small symptoms can get worse very rapidly, which shows how important it is to be on the lookout, get medical help right once, and get mental support. For parents, especially those in the public eye, these moments are hard to deal with because they have to balance being vulnerable with being visible to the public. Jasmine and Matt are doing this with amazing honesty. The story of Matilda's sudden sickness has gone beyond the realm of reality TV gossip and into a human interest story that appeals to people of all ages. Both fans and people who just happen to see the show are reminded of how widespread parental worry is, how unpredictable childhood illnesses may be, and how health crises can deeply affect families. Matilda is stable and getting constant attention, according to the most recent news. Doctors think Jasmine and Matt's daughter will fully recover, and they hope to be able to bring her home in the next few days. In the meantime, followers are still posting messages of hope, faith, and solidarity on social media. This shows how important it is for people to support each other during tough times. When I think about this event, it's clear that the lives of famous people are typically closely watched, which makes both their successes and failures seem bigger. Seeing their daughter very sick, even for a short time, has been very hard for Jasmine and Matt. But it also gives us a look into the real, unvarnished realities of being a parent, moments of fear, hope, love, and strength that everyone can relate to. The viral picture of baby Matilda, who is innocent but also fragile, represents not only the current situation, but also the strong link between parents and their children. It is a harsh reminder of how fragile life is and how deep the emotional and moral duties are that come with raising a child. For the millions who are following Jasmine and Matt's journey, it is a cry to empathy, compassion, and the common human experience of safeguarding those we love. In the end, the news from yesterday was shocking and worrying, but the ongoing reports show that Matilda's health is getting better. Even though Jasmine Pineda and Matt Branasterianu are intellectually and emotionally drained, they are still committed to their baby. The widely shared and talked about event serves as a warning about how unpredictable childhood sickness may be and as proof of the courage, fortitude, and undying love of parents who are going through tough times. The encouragement and prayers of fans have been like a warm hug, showing how compassion connects all parents, no matter how famous they are, in their shared concern for their children's health and happiness. The family is still waiting for Matilda to fully recover. The viral photo and the huge public reaction will always be a big part of their personal and public story. It is a story that shows both vulnerability and hope, and it reminds us all of how precious life is and how powerful empathy can be when people come together. Fans and followers are still following the heartbreaking story of baby Matilda, the daughter of 90 Day Fiancé stars Jasmine Pineda and Matt Branasterianu, as the family helps her recover from a serious illness that sent her to the hospital right away. After the shocking viral photo of Matilda in the hospital went public, the emotional impact spread far beyond social media, bringing people from all around the world into a deeply personal moment of parental worry and strength. The parents have been keeping a careful eye on their daughter's progress since she was hospitalized, following the advice of pediatric professionals. Even though physicians have told them that Matilda's condition is stable and she is expected to make a full recovery, Jasmine and Matt are nevertheless tremendously stressed and emotionally drained. Sources close to the family say that both parents have been almost completely sleepless, taking turns at the hospital bedside and offering constant attention. This shows how much they love and care for their baby. The viral picture of Matilda caused an unusual increase in online activity. Fans from all over the world have filled the comment sections with messages of hope, prayers, and stories about things that have happened to them that are similar. This worldwide tsunami of compassion shows how different the relationship is between reality TV stars and their followers. Followers aren't just watching. They're also part of the emotional lives of the families they follow. In many respects, the emotional involvement of followers has created an extra support network for Jasmine and Matt. Medical professionals stress that the quick worsening of Matilda's condition shows a bigger problem with pediatric care and the necessity to keep a close eye on her when her symptoms don't go away or get worse. It's normal for babies to have low fevers and colds, but if they go worse quickly, they may need to see a doctor right away. The family's quick decision to get help shows how important it is to recognize early warning signs and take action right away to avoid problems. During this time, Jasmine has been open and honest with her social media followers, giving them short updates on Matilda's health, but yet keeping some things private to protect her daughter's dignity. Jasmine thanked everyone for their support in an Instagram post, saying that the prayers and encouraging sentiments she has received have helped her through this difficult time. Her openness not only keeps people up to date, but it also makes the experience more real by showing the genuine feelings and weaknesses that come with being a parent. Matt Branisterianu, who is also involved in the case, has shown his deep concern in private and through limited social media contacts. Close friends and relatives say that he was emotionally impacted by seeing his daughter struggle, which shows how hard a medical crisis can be on parents. The couple's unity and shared devotion to their child's well-being have been a consistent motif, showing how strong and resilient family ties can be when things become tough. The healthcare providers who are taking care of Matilda have set up a full monitoring plan that includes checking her vital signs, hydration, and oxygen levels often. This careful method makes sure that any changes in her condition are dealt with right away, so that quick action may be taken if needed. According to pediatric standards, the family and healthcare providers need to work together for the best chance of recovery. Jasmine and Matt have been completely involved in this process. Along with medical updates, the situation has led to conversations on social media about parental worry and the stress of raising kids while being watched by the world. Fans have praised Jasmine and Matt for being honest, saying that sharing their story can help other parents who are going through the same things. The combination of a public persona and a private issue makes for a complex story in which celebrity life meets common human realities. The hospital setting, which is generally shown in bleak clinical images, is now the setting for a moving story of love, vigilance, and hope. Doctors and nurses say that Matilda is responsive and willing to help, and that she shows little but encouraging signs of improvement every day. These small milestones, while not very important on their own, are very important to the parents because they give them hope in the middle of their ongoing stress. Fans have been involved in the rehabilitation process by posting threads of advice, well wishes, and inspirational words on several platforms. Some people have told tales about their own kids getting better from sickness, which makes them feel like they are all going through the same thing and makes them feel more connected. This contact between famous people and their fans breaks the lines of traditional stardom, creating a story that goes beyond entertainment to real human connection. Jasmine has been thinking a lot about the event and has talked about being a mother, being vulnerable, and how life can be unpredictable. In interviews and on social media, she has talked about how important it is to be present, patient, and strong. She has also said that even when you are scared, moments of care and love can help you get through it. Matt has said the same thing, saying that going through hard times together makes families stronger and helps them appreciate the good times more. The medical team is still carefully managing Matilda's therapy by giving her the right drugs, keeping an eye out for possible problems, and urging her to get enough rest. Pediatric physicians say that the body's natural ability to heal, along with good care, makes it much more likely that a full recovery will happen. Jasmine and Matt's preventive efforts, like seeing doctors often and paying close attention, show how involved parents can be. Social media, which is usually a place for shallow interactions, has become a way for people to get real help in this case. Hashtags about Matilda's health and rehabilitation are popular on Instagram and Twitter, bringing followers together in a show of hope. Influencers and other cast members from 90 Day Fiancé have sent notes of support, showing how public empathy can bring people together. This engagement not only helps the family feel better, but it also makes people more aware of how important it is to be careful and watchful when it comes to children's health. Jasmine and Matt have been through a lot mentally, with lack of sleep, anxiety, and emotional exhaustion being a big part of their everyday lives. During medical emergencies, mental health professionals stress the need for parents to take care of themselves. They advocate taking pauses, sharing tasks, and relying on support networks as important ways to cope. Reports say that the pair has worked to meet their emotional demands while putting Matilda's health first. The family is getting ready for the slow move from hospital to home care in the future. Pediatric recommendations say that recovery should go easily, so kids should keep being watched, have their activity levels limited, and pay attention to their food and hydration. Jasmine and Matt are actively preparing this next step, and they are making sure that every choice they make is based on medical advice to get the best health results for Matilda. The story of Matilda's illness, hospitalization, and recovery also reminds us of how hard it is to find the right balance between public exposure and private solitude. Jasmine and Matt have been able to keep a fine line between their personal and professional lives. They share just enough to keep people interested and informed without putting their daughter's safety or dignity at risk. Responsible celebrity parenting means carefully balancing publicity and privacy. Being involved in the community has been very important for keeping the couple's spirits up. Fans have made an expanded circle of care by sending encouraging notes, praying, and giving virtual support. The psychological effect of this support is huge. It gives people emotional support and a sense of togetherness in an event that would otherwise be lonely. In conclusion, baby Matilda's continuous recovery is proof of how much her parents care, how skilled her doctors are, and how much her community cares. Jasmine Pineda and Matt Branasterianu have shown strength, proactive care, and honesty while dealing with a serious health problem in front of the world. The viral picture that first caused worry has now become a sign of hope, support from others, and the strength of familial ties that last through time. Matilda's parents are cautiously hopeful as she continues to get better. They are grateful and relieved with each positive step forward. With diligent medical treatment, watchful parents, and an active fan community, the family is on an optimistic path to complete recovery. This story, however distressing, underscores the profound human experiences that influence public narratives: love, fear, hope, and the steadfast dedication to safeguarding those most valued. The story of Matilda and her family is more than just a story about a famous person. It's a story about being a parent, being strong, and the power of community. As the family looks forward to the days ahead, the world watches with empathy, prayers, and shared eagerness for her full recovery. This is another chapter in the ongoing journey of Jasmine Pineda, Matt Branasterianu, and their darling daughter. Fans, followers, and the larger reality TV community are still interested in the ongoing adventure of baby Matilda, the daughter of 90 Day Fiancé stars Jasmine Pineda and Matt Branasterianu. After the initial shock of her sudden hospitalization and the viral photo that caused a lot of worry, the family has been trying to find the right balance between her recuperation, keeping an eye on her, and dealing with the emotional toll of being in the public eye. Matilda has been getting better slowly but steadily since she was hospitalized. Pediatric physicians have stressed that even though her condition was quite bad at the height of her sickness, her strength and early medical care have put her on the road to full recovery. Jasmine and Matt have stayed at the hospital and are keeping a close eye on everything, from her fluid levels to her oxygen saturation, to make sure that nothing is missed in her treatment. The issue has been very emotional. People close to the family said that both Jasmine and Matt have had trouble sleeping and have taken turns caring for Matilda at her bedside. Fans have really connected with the couple's honest vulnerability, especially in their limited social media posts. They keep sending them encouragement, prayers, and stories of how they overcame childhood illnesses. Fans are still quite active on social media, sending Matilda encouraging comments, making hashtags, and even setting up virtual vigils to assist her recovery. This unprecedented amount of community involvement shows how celebrity culture is changing. Fans are no longer just passive onlookers. They are becoming active participants in the emotional stories of their favorite stars. The outpouring of empathy online gives the family further emotional support by reminding them that they are not alone on this journey. Doctors are still keeping a tight eye on Matilda and following strict procedures to make sure she keeps getting better. Careful checks of vital signs, hydration levels, and oxygen levels are done on a regular basis. Doctors say that babies can get better quickly if they get the right care at the right time, and they are hopeful about her future. Jasmine and Matt's willingness to following medical advice shows that they are great parents who care deeply about their daughter's health. During this time, the pair has been able to find a good balance between being open and keeping things private. While updates have been published to bring supporters up to speed, personal medical information has not been shared to safeguard Matilda's privacy and dignity. This way of thinking shows how hard it is for prominent figures to keep their distance, especially when personal problems are widely publicized. Jasmine has thanked her followers and the community several times for their support. In short posts on social media, she has talked about how the prayers and messages of hope from others have helped her get through a time when she felt alone. Matt has also shown his appreciation, though in a more private way. He said that the family feels stronger because so many people care and support them. The medical setting has become a place for both big worries and minor wins. Matilda's response has been noted by nurses and pediatric professionals, who have seen small gains every day. Even modest achievements like being more aware, eating better, and having stable oxygen levels have brought the parents a lot of peace. This shows how even the slightest indicators of growth may have a huge emotional impact. The anxiousness of the parents is still a big part of this whole thing. Not getting enough sleep, being more alert, and always keeping an eye on symptoms all add to a lot of stress. Mental health professionals emphasize the significance of coping mechanisms in times of crisis, such as taking short breaks, distributing duties, and using support networks. Reports say that Jasmine and Matt have used these tactics to take care of themselves while putting Matilda's care first. The global fan response has made the recovery process more complicated. Messages, prayers, and shared stories of getting over comparable ailments make people feel like they are all going through the same thing, which helps famous figures connect with their fans. This shared empathy not only gives emotional support, but it also reminds us that all parents worry about their children, including those who are famous. As Matilda gets better, arrangements for her to go home are being carefully worked out. Pediatric recommendations say that to make sure a smooth recovery, kids should be watched closely, have limited activity, and pay attention to their hydration and diet. Jasmine and Matt are getting ready for this next step with great care, making sure that every step is taken to protect their daughter's health. Jasmine has talked on the emotional difficulties of being a parent, especially when people are watching, after thinking about the event. She stresses the significance of being there, being patient, and being emotionally strong. She says that even when you're scared, moments of care and love can give you strength. Matt has said the same things, emphasizing how strong the link between parents and children becomes during times of distress. The story of Matilda's illness and recovery goes beyond the usual stories about celebrities. It becomes a universal story about how parents care for their children, how doctors are always on the lookout, and how the power of community support. The viral picture that once worried a lot of people has now become a sign of hope, strength, and the deep love between a parent and child. The family is still hopeful, even though the road has been hard on their emotions. Every day delivers modest, but important signs of progress that make people believe that full recovery is possible. Matilda is still safe and cared for because to the combination of competent medical treatment, dedicated parents, and a lot of fan love. The ongoing narrative also shows how important it is to communicate clearly during a crisis. Jasmine and Matt have shown that they are smart by balancing privacy and openness. They make sure that fans stay updated without hurting their daughter's dignity. This is a good way to interact with the public in a responsible way at private occasions that are sensitive. In the end, infant Matilda's continued journey is a reflection of the universal feelings of parents, strength, and hope. Jasmine Pineda and Matt Branasterianu have shown everlasting dedication by handling the hardships of sudden illness with grace and determination. The love from fans and the community shows how strong empathy can be when people come together to care for the well-being of a child. While Matilda gets better, her parents are watchful, hopeful, and thankful. The viral snapshot that showed a moment of fear and weakness has now come to stand for strength, love, and the lasting power of family. This part of their lives, even though it's hard, shows how deeply people care about and want to protect the people they love most. The story of Matilda's illness and how Jasmine and Matt are always on the lookout for her reminds us that even in the realm of reality TV, love, fear, and hope are still very human. Fans, followers, and the wider community continue to watch, pray, and support, all taking part in a story that goes beyond entertainment to touch the heart of what it means to be human. This gossip is over. If you liked the video, then give your opinion in the comment box and stay with us by subscribing the channel. Thank you.